Among the many, many things in the world that really annoy me, one of the more, let's say, vocal frustrations has to be the massive amount of internet rage that any new game receives from angry fanboys pre-release. I mean, seriously, it's like a yearly ritual nowadays for some random game in a new franchise to be screwed over by a very, very vocal minority of whiny, petulant fanboys that don't have their priorities straight, and that's before the game even comes out. Seriously, let's take a look over the last few years and see what's happened. In 2008, we had the double team of Diablo 3 and Fallout 3, the former for having a slightly brighter color palette, and the latter for not playing like the first two games. In 2009, there was Left 4 Dead 2, which apparently was announced way too soon instead of waiting an absolute eternity for it. In 2010, we got, of course, Sonic the Hedgehog 4, a game that everybody demanded, mind you, yet the minute it was announced, people were complaining about everything from the physics to the fact that Sonic had green eyes. And then last year, of course, there was Skylander Sparrow's Adventure. Okay, yes, everyone loves the game nowadays, but before release, every single Spyro fan from under the sun was getting angry at it for a billion reasons, from Spyro's goblin-like redesign to the admittedly awesome but expensive gimmick of putting toys on a power pad to play as certain characters. Of course, after the games are released, everyone seems to forget about them until some other game takes up the mantle. And this year, that honor goes to Silent Hill Book of Memories, the latest installment in the much-loved Silent Hill survival horror franchise by Konami. For those of you who don't know what Book of Memories is, it's an isometric dungeon crawler headed for the PlayStation Vita and is being developed by the much-loved WayForward Technologies, and since the game was announced, it's become the most bitched about game on the interwebs for various reasons. The biggest of all being that it isn't like Silent Hill. Don't believe me? Look up any trailer for Book of Memories on YouTube and check out how many dislikes there are compared to regular likes, and the huge number of comments damning the game to hell. Seriously, there's even a Facebook group known as Cancel Book of Memories, which I swear to God looks completely amateurish because its logo is made in MS Paint. Seriously, who tries to look professional while using MS Paint? And since I absolutely hate it when something is hated so much that it's barely given a chance, I decide once again to defend this game from the stupidity of the internet fanboy rage madness, even though I'm not a Silent Hill fan. Okay, first of all, there is the very, very obvious fact that the game isn't out yet. You cannot just watch a couple of trailers and confirm that the game is shit. Gaming is an interactive medium, not a visual one like movies or books. You actually have to play the game so you can actually get a good opinion of it. Secondly, it's a spin-off. Konami doesn't have to make the exact same game every single time, and this is on a handheld console, mind you. And, you know, I actually think it's quite refreshing that Konami is trying to do something different instead of just rehashing Silent Hill 2 all over again like their last couple of games. Some of you will acknowledge this but feel that Book of Memories doesn't have the spirit of the main games. Once again, you've just seen trailers and screenshots. Wait till you've actually played the game before you accuse it of being unfaithful. Even then, the developers have stated in an interview a while back that they're trying as hard as they possibly can to make the game faithful to the main series and to include themes from the much-loved original trilogy. So again, don't be so quick to judge their intentions just because you've seen gameplay footage. Or not very much of it, considering that there actually is very little of it on the internet. And thirdly, just because you don't like the look of the game doesn't mean that other people feel the exact same way as you. There are people out there who are genuinely looking forward to the game because it looks good, and trying to cancel the game because it's not the same as before is so utterly childish that it comes off as something that just feels surreal. Seriously, if you don't like the game, then don't pay attention to it. Ignore it. If other people like it, pay no attention to them, and just play the Silent Hill games that you like instead of getting pissed off over something you have utterly no obligation to get involved in. Also, there's the fact that Konami at this point really has nothing to lose. The reputation of the Silent Hill series has been all but tarnished due to the negative reception of recent entries, and the massive pile of incompetence that was the Silent Hill HD collection, where Konami gave unfinished code to the people porting the game, forcing them with bugs that were dealt with years ago, as well as the bugs that came about in the port. After all they've done, what possible harm could be done in doing a dungeon crawling game? However, the thing that really annoys me the most about all of this is the complete, utter, blatant hypocrisy of the gaming community when it comes to the issue of change in something new. Day in, day out, we hear about gamers constantly whinging about games like Call of Duty or new Super Mario Bros. For being the exact same with each new game, and shouting at publishers for playing it safe. But when the publishers or the developers actually do get off their butts and do something new or different, be it a new, interesting gameplay idea, an all-new artistic direction, or whatever, something to make it distinguishable from previous entries, they are instantly shat on by the exact same gamers who moan about never changing just because something in their beloved franchise changed. To everyone out there who does this, shame on you for actually lacking the spine to stick by your word just because change affects your own beloved franchises as well as all the other franchises in the world. And you know what? I guarantee that most of the people whinging about Book of Memories are going to buy it the minute it comes out anyway, and it'll just prove how pathetic this whole situation is. Am I going to buy the game when it comes out? Well, no, I don't have a PS Vita, but from what I've seen, it does look like a fun tribute to a much-loved franchise, and since WayForward has had a reputation for making high-quality games no matter what they're making, there's a chance that Book of Memories will get quite a fan base. So to all of those looking forward to it, I hope you enjoyed the hell out of it. I'm Father Duke 9000, and I'll see you for my next video.